Thursday 19th of September 2013. I've been asked by a few people to comment further on this video, which supposedly shows Nibiru, or a second sun. I know I did include this video in my other video recently about internal lens reflections, but I didn't comment specifically on what's going on in this particular video, and I have been asked to do that, so we're going to take a look at it now. First of all, I'll play a little bit of this video and then we'll take a look.
I just gotta get it again. Alright, you would think it was a reflection off the cloud or something like that, but it's not. Because the clouds are moving pretty swiftly. And that is staying still.
Okay, first of all I'd like to point out this thick bank of cloud here, this very dark cloud. And we can see that this object, this second sun, or Nibiru, if that's what you want to call it, is actually in front of the cloud. It's not behind it, it's not shining through the cloud. And the other thing that I'd like to point out is this flat part to the bottom of the object, and that corresponds with this finger of dark cloud that's coming through across the sun here. Now of course the real sun is not really this big. What we're seeing here is mostly glare through the atmosphere, and I've covered this previously in one of my other videos, and I'll show you a clip from that now. This is a video that I uploaded back on November 3, 2011. Nibiru Planet X Alanin YU55 next to the sun, and as you can see I'm holding a welding lens there, and we see what happens when I put that welding lens in front of the sun, so we can see just how big the disk really is. Let me just play a bit from the video. Here is a still photo that I took of the sun. It looks pretty big, doesn't it, with all the glare? But how big is it if we have a look at the sun just through the welding glass? It doesn't look so big now, does it? In fact, the sun and the moon are only half a degree across as seen from the Earth. So we can see a side-by-side comparison here. Here's the view with all of the glare. The sun looks really big, and here is the actual size of the disk when we look through the welding lens. So let's go back to the Nibiru video, and just keep in mind that through all of that glare, the actual sun's disk is actually going to be very small. So we've got this finger of cloud that is coming right across the disk of the sun, and it's cutting off the bottom part of the disk, and we see that corresponding in the reflection. We see this flat part here which corresponds to this finger of cloud, and we've also got this inverted reflection in the solar flare. Now this one here is the one that moves all around. This one here is the one that appears to be fixed, and if you go to my other recent video where I've explained what causes this, it's an internal lens reflection. We also see a third inverted reflection here. Now I'm going to play some more of this video. As the guy in the video has mentioned, the clouds are rolling across fairly quickly, and these clouds are moving from right to left, and when we get towards the end of the video, if you watch carefully, you'll notice that the sun is becoming quite obscured. And as the video progresses, we notice that the amount of the disk in the Nibiru object that is cut off, such as at the bottom here, corresponds to the amount of cloud that's coming across in front of the disk of the real sun. By the time that we get down to the end of the video, we're going to see that this so-called Nibiru object is almost completely obscured. So let's take a look at that now.
So, all you people who thought I was crazy, I got up early this morning so I could get proof of what I'm looking at, what I'm showing you here.
If you rewind the video back here and watch the shape of this as this cloud is coming across, you'll certainly see what I mean. It's clearly in front of the cloud, not behind it.
Sorry, this camera's not too good. There's the second sun. There's our sun.
Okay, see it's obscuring now. If you look at this carefully. Now I suspect that what's going on here is that this guy who's filming the video is seeing that these clouds are rolling across in front of the sun, and he's seeing that his so-called Nibiru object is suddenly disappearing, and that's when he decides to stop filming. Let's watch.
Baby.
See, it's almost gone. Almost gone. And this is where he decides to stop filming and aim the camera down. Now, of course, if you'd done the finger test as shown in this video, Nibiru 2013, by Tattooing Trooper, it would have been obvious that his object was not real. This is the finger test where you place your finger in front of the sun and see if the object disappears. The other test that you do is to put your finger between the camera and the Nibiru object and see if it appears over your finger, as it does here. So this will clearly show whether the object is real or not, and the guy that filmed the other video clearly did not do that. As always, check out my Facebook discussion page, Voices of Reason to Explain X, or VORTEX. There's a link in the description area. Thank you for watching. Hello YouTube, this is Dazza the Cameraman. Today is Thursday, 19th of September 2013. I've been asked by a few people to comment further on this video, which supposedly shows Nibiru, or a second sun. I know I did include this video in my other video recently about internal lens reflections, but I didn't comment specifically on what's going on in this particular video, and I have been asked to do that, so we're going to take a look at it now. First of all, I'll play a little bit of this video and then we'll take a look.
I just gotta get it again. Alright, you would think it was a reflection off the cloud or something like that, but it's not. Because the clouds are moving pretty swiftly. And that is staying still.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to point out this